So yan guys. So good afternoon guys. We are down to our last part of our topic financial statement analysis. So in this topic we will discuss about the common size analysis or common size financial analysis. So an analysis of percentage financial statements where all balance sheet items are divided by the total assets and all income statements are divided by net sales or revenue. So isa lang yung ating common denominator for um for total for balance sheet items, our denominator will be the total asset. Pagdating naman sa income statement accounts or si income statement items, ang common denominator natin is yung net sales or revenue. So guys, medyo madali siya dahil alam na natin kung saan natin siya i-divide. And alam na rin natin kung ano yung numerator because we want to measure the performance of the components ng ating statements. So for balance sheet, we want to know the performance or the allocation for balance sheet items over its total asset. Ganun din sa income statement. We want to know kung magkano yung kanyang allocation for revenue. So using net sales or revenue as a common denominator. So yan, diretso na tayo sa problem guys. So ganito um I will teach you na lang or how to compute for um uh the rate for or percentage for balance sheet and mamaya yung ating income statement. Okay? So diretso tayo sa problem. So ganun pa rin si Basket Wonders, ito na yung ano niya, ito na yung oops. So ito yung kanyang balance sheet accounts. So sabi, 'di ba, if um if we want to compute the common size balance sheet or common size financial analysis ng isang company, we will use the asset or the total asset as the base of our or as a denominator of our analysis. So for example, ayan. So meron tayong Jamboard, ayan. So ayan, meron tayo ditong 2005. So the formula the formula lang natin guys, 'di ba, ay yung um ang ating denominator. So ating denominator is yung total asset. So yan. If we want to compute the common size or yung percentage of item sa balance sheet, we will use the total asset as our denominator. So for example, for first item cash, kung gusto natin computein yung kanyang allocation, 1,223 yung ating cash ay 148. So divide lang natin yan guys. Dapat ang result nyo dyan guys ay ano ba? 12.1. Yan, 12.1. Okay? So for number 2, ayan, so kunyari for AR 283 divided by 1, 2, 2, 3. So dapat ang maging result nyo yan ay ayan. Okay? So ganyan lang siya guys. So on and so forth. Sa inventory, 322 divided by 1,223. So ayan dapat yung kanyang um, inventory over the total asset. So after nyong gawin yan, and total other non-current asset natin, divide natin sa 1, 2, 2, 3. That is, ayan. Okay? Ayan. And so on and so forth. If we want to check ayan, yung ating data for 2005, dapat yung ating common size balance sheet will be here, or ito yung dapat yung maging ano niya, or ito dapat yung maging answer niya. Try to give it a try for you doon sa 2006 and 2007. So, sa 2006, we will use the $2,044 as our base, and the numerator will be the cash or the balance sheet items. Okay? Same with 2007, yung ating total asset is 2,169 for denominator, and we will use the cash item as or the balance sheet item for the numerator. So mapapansin nyo guys, kapag tinotal nyo dapat yung total asset nyo per percentage, dapat 100% siya kasi yun yung ginamit nating, or yung total asset yung ginamit nating base as 100%. Okay? So guys, ito baka masama nyo sa computation diyan yung total current asset. So yung total current asset hindi yan isasama kapag kukumpitin natin yung total asset Kasi yung current asset natin, ito na yan, yung cash, AR, inventory, other current asset. Kapag sinum up nyo yan, total current asset yung lalabas. Okay? So wag niyo isasama yan kapag kino-compute nyo na yung total asset nyo, huwag yung isama yung total current asset. You include the cash, AR, inventory, and other current asset, but do not include the total current asset. And be mindful na yung total asset natin is composed of current asset and non-current asset, or ating long-term liability. So ating non-current asset, ito yun, yung mga net fixed asset, long-term inventory, or long-term investment, and other long-term asset. Okay? So dito sa example natin dito, yung total current asset natin, huwag nyo isama sa computation because kapag sinama nyo yan, itong 1, 2, 2, 3 magiging 1,986. Okay? So mali yun. And magmamali kayo sa lahat ng computation nyo because pinalaki nyo yung base, which is yung dapat yung base natin is 1,223 lang. Okay? So that is for our balance sheet. So meron pa tayo dito sa balance sheet. So meron tayo, ayan. Second part is yung liabilities and total equity. So 'di ba guys, sir, bakit ginamit yung total liability and equity hindi 'di ba ang base natin ay yung total asset? Yes, 'di ba? Pero ang sabi ko kanina, total asset is equal, or sabi ko last time, yung total asset natin is equal sa ating liability plus owner's equity. So kaya in financial management, sabihin ko ulit sa inyo to guys, yung sa financial management, yung total equity na term is same with the total asset term. Kung ano yung total equity, ayun din yung total asset. Asset is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. That's why dapat tally yung asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay? So same, yun din yung gagawin yung base for ating balance sheet. Kasi yung balance sheet natin, hindi naman siya kompleto kapag asset lang yung kukumpitin natin. So dapat meron din siyang liability and equity. So you do the checking for computation for this portion. So 290 divided by 1,223, dapat ang makuha nyo ay 23.71. 81 divided by 1,223, dapat ang makuha nyo ay 6.62. 13 divided by 1,223, dapat ang makuha nyo ay 1.06. 15 divided by 1,223, dapat ang makuha nyo ay 1.23. 150 and total equity ay yung equity. Yan lang yung kakompute nyo. Huwag nyo isasama si total current liability guys. Kasi total current liability ay kinumpute nyo na. Ayun yung notes payable, accounts payable, accrued taxes, and other accrued taxes. Okay? So do not include in the computation of ratio yung total current asset or current liability. Same with the current asset. Huwag niyo isasama sa computation ng ratio or ng total base natin, nung total asset. So we move on guys dito sa ating income statement. So ang gagamitin natin, ang sabi sa definition, gagamitin nating denominator for income statement is yung ating net sales or net credit sales or yung ating revenue. So we try to, so ganito yung magiging formula niya guys. Ayan, 1,000. So 1,235 divided by, ay sorry. So yan, 1,235. Ayan, yung ating base. Diba, sabi sa definition, at ng ating numerator ay 849. So, yan dapat ang makuha nyo dyan ay yung 68 point 68.7. So guys, ito familiar kayo dito sa 386 divided by 1,235. So yan, ayan, yung kanyang 31.3. So 31.3. So guys, familiar kayo dito sa 386 divided by 1,235 because ayan yung formula natin for gross profit margin ratio, di ba? So we use the sales as a denominator and a base, 100 base for our computation to compute the allocation for other items. So tandaan nyo guys, yung 849, yung income 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 statement items natin, yun yung ating numerator, and then yung ating net sales, yun yung ating denominator. So same, you do the same procedure for 2006 and 2007 amounts or years, and you should be able to get the following information or following answers dun sa common size per percentage. Okay guys, 'di ba? Mas madali siya compare dun sa ating last time or dun sa mga ibang parts ng financial statement since we are looking only at one statement. Hindi na tayo magtitingin sa balance sheet, hindi na tayo magtitingin sa both statement. Okay? So ito parang straightforward lang siya na analyzation. So next. So meron tayo isa pa, yung index analysis. So ito yung last part, ito natin yung last one, or yung horizontal analysis. So mapapansin nyo guys, yung common size natin, ang other term for that is vertical analysis because we analyze the percentage vertically. So 100, ayan, pababa. Ayan. Unlike yung index analysis, an analysis of percentage where all balance sheet or income figures for a base equal 100 and subsequent financial items are expressed as percentage of their value in the base year. So para mas madali natin maintindihan, ayan, i-compute na lang natin. Compute na lang natin yung rate ng ating index balance sheet. So yan, yung ating dito sa example natin, Basket Wonders Index Balance Sheet. So sabi 'di ba, ang gagawin natin unlike common size analyzation ng balance sheet, we use yung pag-compute ng ratio or rate for index balance sheet is per item basis. So gagamitin natin yung buong 2005 as our base year. Ayan, nakita nyo, lahat ng items, basta 2005 years siya, ayan yung ating base. Okay? Yan, 2005. Yan, yun yung base natin. Okay? So, paano ba kukumpitin yung index for 2006? So, ganito yun, guys. Meron tayo dito. Ayan. Ayan. So, meron tayo dito. Ano yung base natin? So, ang base natin is yung 2005 data. So, for cash, ayan. So, for cash, yung ating data is, yung ating 100% ay alin? 100, 100, 148. Ayan, 148. And then, we will have or we will get the numerator by comparing yung ating 2006 balance, yung 100, minus yung ating 1, ay sorry, hindi pala pwede. So, hindi pala pwede yan. Ayan. So, 2005 pala muna. Siyempre, muna yung 2005. So, 148 minus 100. So, meron tayong 48 over 148. Forty-eight divided by 148. Ayan, 32.43 minus 1 or 100. So, dapat ang sagot natin ay 67.6. Okay? Ayan yung ano niya. Ayan, ay ganyan yung computation, guys. Ulitin natin. Okay, ulitin natin. 100, sorry. 148 minus 100, and we will use the 2005 as basis of our computation, 148. So 32.32, 43, etc. minus yung 1 because 100% times 100. Ayan, times 100 pa natin. So we have 67.57 na um yeah, 67.6 for cash item. So unlike sa common size, we will use as 100% yung isang item or yung buong item lang natin, which is yung asset. For index balance sheets, we will use per item basis. So for example, sa ating next item, yung AR. So 200, alamin natin yung kung ano yung base. For 2006, normally, yung magiging base niya, yung kanyang previous year. So 100, sorry, 200, 200, 283. 283. So, yung ating numerator is 410. Shucks. Mali. Ayan. Numerator natin is 283. Siyempre, 283 minus 410. So, pag kinumpute natin yan, 283 minus 410, 127 divided by 283. Shucks, mali. Ulitin natin. 283 minus 410, ayan, divided by 283. Yan, minus 1. So 1.44.87 ayan, etc. Times 100. So mapapansin nyo, ayan na yung kanyang value, 144.9. Kita nyo, guys. So you do the same. Gawin na natin sa iba. So yung ating next ay yung, ayan, inventory. Ang ating base, 2005, 322. Yung ating year, ayan. So ating year ay 322 minus 616. Ayan, igawin na natin. Minus 1 times 100. So dapat ang answer nyo ay, let's do the math. 322 minus 616 divide 322 minus 1 times 100. So dapat ang answer natin ay 191.30.04. Ayan. So guys, ito expected dito hindi ito magiging 100% because we use the previous year as 100%. And number two, we calculating the rates or yung index per account, not per statement. Okay? So you do the same with for 2006. But so for 2006, ayun ang ginawa natin, yung 2005 yung basis niya. So you do the data for 2007. So kung ano yung base year, so let's try kung anong ginamit niya na base. So 2007 to Yan, 2007 siya. 2007, so ating rate ay dapat kung ano yung base year natin, you should usually kung ano yung previous year. So dito 100 siya. So 90 or 100 minus 90 equals 10 over 100 minus 1. Ayan, 90 divided by 100 minus 1 times 100. Ayan. So 90 dapat. So 90 dapat, pero since ayun, nalaman natin dito na hindi pala or hindi na hindi pala yung 2006 yung ginamit niya as basis. So ang ginamit niya dito malamang is yung 148 pa din. So let's try to use 148. So try natin yung 148. Ayan. 148 148 minus 90 divide 148.39189 minus 1 times 100. So 60.81. So dapat ayan yung maging answer. So tama naman. So ang ginamit niya na base is yung 2005 pa din. So usually guys, ang ginagamit na base talaga is kung ano yung previous year para malaman natin talaga kung ano yung movement from the prior year. But in this scenario guys, we do the company is or the company uses the 2005 as base. So for your assignment, you do the 2007 year 2007 but based on 2006. Okay? You do the 2007 base sa 2006 year 2006. So you do that on your pad or any pad, then submit the answer on our GC. So if you able to access this PowerPoint slide, you can submit your you can submit your answer sa ating GC. Okay? Same with the balance sheet for liability at saka sa ating income statement. So guys, dito sa example na to sa ating index analysis, ang ginamit na base is yung 2005. Pero sa assignment nyo, ang gawin nyo ay yung 2007 based on 2006 year 2006. So you do that on your pad or any paper, then submit it on our GC or submit it via NEO. Okay? So you submit it via NEO um, and to check if you understand the index income statement. Okay? So that wraps up our so that wraps wrap that wraps up our lesson for today, guys. So we understand or so we discuss about the two additional analysis. Actually, ito yung una dapat na din-discuss, but we started dun sa medyo mahirap um para medyo relief yung ating last topic, which is yung common size and horizontal analysis or yung index analysis. So for this topic, guys, we will have your assignment for for index income statement, for index analysis for 2007. So we finished already the financial statement analysis topic, and after four parts ng ating slide, so after four slide, we managed to finish our financial statement analysis. So for our next meeting, we will discuss about forecasting, and be ready for a quiz regarding our financial statement analysis, no. May iba pa to, guys, sa ibibigay kong evaluation quiz for part 1 ay for part 2, 3 at saka dito sa part 4. So expect nyo, guys, yung ating quiz for this topic, financial statement analysis. Okay? And and we will have our quiz by ano ba? By next meeting. So you will have your quiz on November 17. November 17 will be your first quiz ngayong midterm for this financial statement analysis, both problem solving and concept or theoretical concept ng financial statement analysis. So, yun, guys. So, thank you for listening for this session and stay safe.